It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend and enjoyed spending some time with family as we honored the ones that have given their lives for our freedom here in the great nation of America. Michael Watkins here with you on this Tuesday afternoon. Appreciate you being with us here, folks. Before we get into our newscast, I want to say thank you to some of our great sponsors like Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Keep your power equipment working strong all season long with help from Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop's service your mower and power equipment. They are located on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. And we're also brought to you by Mountain Adventures. They are here to help take your summer meals to a whole new level. All the fruits, vegetables, and 2 farm meats sold inside the store. And now on Fridays, get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures, 68 River Drive in Irvine. In our lead story, we're starting off with a string of unfortunate news from over the holiday weekend. There have been multiple fatal traffic accidents, 2 of which involving Richmond women. In the first, Madison County Coroner Jimmy Cornelison says that 16-year-old Brianna Cox was pronounced deceased at the scene, and the driver, 39-year-old Elizabeth Sparks, was pronounced dead at the hospital. The coroner says that they were struck by a pickup, but it is not known if either the driver was at fault or the other driver of the vehicle. The driver of the pickup, according to the coroner, was uninjured. Cornelison adds that the roads at the time were slippery due to rainfall, and both ladies were from Richmond. The Kentucky State Police London Post was notified by Clay County 911 late Sunday evening of multiple vehicle fatal injury accident on the Hal Rogers Parkway. Investigators have reported that an SUV operated by 49-year-old Tracy L. Gent of Sassafras was traveling east on the Hal Rogers Parkway when her vehicle crossed the center line. Police say the vehicle entered the westbound lane of traffic and struck a compact car operated by 33-year-old Tyler M. Richardson of Richmond. Due to the collision, Richardson's car went airborne and landed in the eastbound lane of traffic where it was struck by an oncoming vehicle. Both Gent and the driver of the third vehicle were both taken to a nearby hospital where they were treated for their injuries and released. Air evacuation also transported Richardson from the scene to UK Hospital where he was treated for his injuries and released. His passenger, Elizabeth J. Richardson of Richmond, was pronounced deceased at the scene by the Clay County Coroner's Office. Emergency officials closed the Hal Rogers Parkway for 7 hours to allow for reconstruction of the collision. Tracy L. Gent was charged with reckless homicide and first-degree DUI. According to KSP, drug and alcohol usage are suspected in this investigation. On Monday evening, the Scott County Sheriff's Office responded to an injury accident on Carrick Pike in southeast Scott County. Preliminary investigation has revealed that a vehicle occupied by a driver and 3 passengers was traveling east on Carrick Pike when it struck another vehicle before veering off the roadway and striking a utility pole. 2 passengers were declared deceased at the scene and 2 were taken to the University of Kentucky Hospital with minor injuries. There were no injuries reported to anyone in the other vehicle that was struck. Excessive speed is believed to be a factor in the crash, but at this time, alcohol nor drugs are believed to be factors in the collision. The collision reconstruction unit has determined the 2 deceased were the teenage driver and 1 teenage passenger from the vehicle. The names are still being withheld to contact extended family. The deceased teens attended school at Lexington Catholic High School. School officials have been notified, and the Scott County Coroner's Office transported the deceased to the Kentucky Medical Examiner's Office in Frankfort this morning for autopsy. The Bluegrass Chemical Agent Destruction Pilot Plant, also known as the BGC APP team, destroyed the last of the 155mm projectiles containing the VX nerve agent May 28th. There are 2 important milestones to recognize here, said Dr. Candace Coyle of the BGC APP Site Project Manager. This marks not only the completion of the second of 5 destruction campaigns in Kentucky, but also the destruction of all projectiles containing nerve agent in the U.S. chemical weapons stockpile. With the completion of the VX 155mm projectile campaign, the teams will now focus on completing destruction of mustard-filled projectiles and preparing for the destruction of nerve agent-filled rockets. Destruction operations of the VX 155mm projectiles began at the Bluegrass Army Depot back on January the 10th of this year. Under the observation of trained operators, automated equipment disassembled nearly 13,000 munitions and drained the chemical agent. The agent was neutralized by mixing it with water and caustic to produce hydroslate. After the agent was confirmed destroyed, the slate was pumped to holding tanks to be processed later at an off-site disposal facility. Remaining metal parts from the munitions were decontaminated and recycled. The chemical weapons stockpile at the Bluegrass Army Depot originally consisted of 523 tons of chemical agent configured in 155mm projectiles containing mustard and VX nerve agent, 8-inch projectiles containing the GB nerve agent, and millimeter 55 rockets containing GB and VX nerve agent. In June of 2019, the Bluegrass CAPP team began destroying the mustard stockpile using the static detonation chamber and explosive destruction technology. The mustard campaign is more than 85% complete, and from January through May of 2020, nearly 4,000 8-inch projectiles containing the GB nerve agent were destroyed at the BGCAPP. As of May 21st, more than 27% of the original 523 tons of chemical agent had been destroyed here in Kentucky. The Program Executive Office Assembled Chemical Weapons Alternative is responsible for destroying the remaining U.S. chemical weapons stockpile in both Colorado and here in Kentucky. Kentucky State Police arrested a West Virginia man after they say he was trying to lure a minor. Troopers said 21-year-old Brian Ash was found sitting in a car, and an investigation found that he had been spotted in the same area for the past 2 days. Witnesses told KSP that Ash had attempted to contact several minors in the area. The father of a 13-year-old reported that he had started to follow his daughter on Snapchat when he discovered the suspect was allegedly trying to lure the minor into meeting up with him. The case is still under investigation by the Kentucky State Police. It's now time for our first commercial break here on our newscast today. When we come back, we crowned some district champions this past weekend. We'll have that for you and more when we come back on our newscast here live on WBONtv, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Thanks for tuning us back in here on the newscast, live on WBONtv. Channel 9, Michael Watkins here with you on this Tuesday. We're brought to you by Affordable Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. We're also brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue. Let Bluegrass Marble and Granite take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. And Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. Davis & Powell Funeral Home has the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Well, after a sloppy start on Sunday where the first three batters of the game reached base, Madison Central's Brandon Pointer settled down and struck out the next three batters that he faced, getting out of the inning unscathed. That would be the biggest threat of the day for Southern, who would eventually fall 9-0 in the 44th District Championship game to Madison Central. Central's Pointer went 6 innings, picking up the win while striking out 9 batters and only giving up a pair of hits in the win. Hayden Robbins went 3 for 4 for the Indians in the victory, while Matt Johns and Matt Bryan each scored a pair of runs. Both teams will advance to the 11th Region Tournament, which will host their draw tomorrow morning at Lexington Catholic, and we'll see which teams will face each other and how the bracket will shake out. We'll also try to get as many of those games on the air as we can. This past week it was a little bit difficult for us because of the out-of-town situation with some of our employees, and we are going to be back up there for some of the regional games coming up this weekend. The ladies were also in action on Sunday as the same two schools squared off in the softball district title game. Southern got the win in both regular season games, and the same would stay true in this one as well. Both starting pitchers pitched well, and it wasn't until the 6th inning when Southern broke the scoreless tie and would take a 5-0 lead. That score didn't change as the Lady Eagles went on to win their 3rd straight district championship. Tessa Jewett picked up the shutout victory, allowing only 3 hits and striking out 10 in the win, and all 5 Madison Southern seniors scored a run in the championship game. The good news for the Eagles softball team is that they also get to host the regional tournament, which begins this weekend, June 5th, and they will look to make it back to where they were 2 years ago, and that's playing in the 11th Region Championship game. Also last night, we have been continuing to cover the Estill County baseball team who tragically lost their head coach, Blake Crow, back on Mother's Day. Last night, the Engineers baseball team defeated Powell County 4-1 in the 56th District Championship game, and following the game, it was announced that from here on out, the MVP of the 56th District Tournament baseball would be crowned the Blake Crow MVP. Last night, that award went to senior Camden Powell of Estill County. Governor Andy Beshear awarded a total of $600,000 to Eastern Kentucky Recovery Centers to help provide safe, stable housing to Kentuckians as they fight substance use disorder and begin to heal. During Friday visits to the centers in Grayson and Moorhead, Governor Beshear awarded the funding through the Community Development Block Grant Recovery Kentucky program. The Genesis Recovery Kentucky Center in Grayson and the Moorhead Inspiration Center in Moorhead will use these awards to ensure they can meet the demand for services within the region. Both centers sponsor long-term 9 to 12-month residential programs for adult men, and the city of Moorhead applied for funding on behalf of the Moorhead Inspiration Center in 2020 and in 2021, making their total award $400,000 to assist with operating and staff costs. The Moorhead Inspiration Center was one of the first centers of its kind to open in 2007 and can serve up to 100 men at a time. They seek to end chronic homelessness and combat substance use disorder by implementing a model that enhances and includes the 12 steps, errors in thinking curriculum, peer support, daily living, skills training, job responsibilities, and challenges to practice sober living. The Recovery Kentucky program was created in 2005 by the DLG, the Kentucky Housing Corporation, and the Department of Corrections to help Kentuckians recover from substance use disorders in stable, safe housing. Recovery Kentucky centers across the Commonwealth house 1,500 to 2,000 Kentuckians at a time. Well, property values for a large portion of Madison County have recently been reassessed. Madison County PVA Billy Ackerman's office has been mailing out these reassessments to property owners, and he says he's already been receiving questions. If you, like other property owners in the area, have questions or concerns about the recent reevaluation of your home or office, Billy Ackerman provides more details on what options you have. With that story, we turn to WBONtv Channel 9's Gage Hill.
It's that time of the year again when property owners are receiving letters in the mail from their local PVA's office. If this is the first time you've gotten one of these letters, or you disagree with the proposed property value, Madison County PVA Billy Ackerman says that his office is here to help.
What we've done is we've reassessed a large portion of the county this year. So people are getting their reassessment notices. We want people to know that if they do not agree with that assessed value, if they don't think that it truly represents the fair market value of their property, they need to reach out to us by June 15th. And they can do that two different ways. They can sign up for a conference online and we'll email back and forth, or they can call the office, and if you call the office, we'll set you up with an in-person, a phone appointment, or an email appointment. Our goal is truly to get to that fair market value.
Ackerman tells us that it's not uncommon for property owners to contest the preliminary valuations of their estates, but that his office will provide the information necessary to determine what the fair market value is.
So typically we're going to look at sales comparables, ideally in your neighborhood. So we're going to look at sales that happened of one-story homes in your neighborhood the last year, maybe 2 years. And then we're going to try and compare your house to theirs. Now we're doing an assessment, not an appraisal. So we're not as detailed as a real estate agent and certainly not as detailed as an appraiser. So we're doing the broad strokes. We're trying to get pretty close.
According to Ackerman, the property value assessment from the PVA should ideally be fairly close to the price that homeowners would sell their property for. However, the main priority of the PVA's assessment is to ensure equality among people who own similar homes when it comes to property taxes.
We try and get close. It really doesn't have much bearing on whether or not you can sell your house for that amount, but we should be close. Ultimately, what my job is to try and equalize that value so that people that have the same type homes are all paying about that same property tax amount. We don't have anything to do with the tax rates, and it's kind of a weird situation because I don't care about the taxes. That has nothing to do with my office, except that I know that our assessments directly affect what you're going to pay in taxes.
If you feel like your PVA assessment for your property doesn't represent the fair market value, Ackerman says that you have until June 15th to contact his office to resolve any issues. For WBONtv Channel 9, I'm Gage Hill.
Thanks, Gage. Good story there for all you needing information about your home. Well, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is advising drivers who use KY 613, which is North Fork Road in Powell County near Bowen, should seek another route on Wednesday, June 2nd. The road will be closed at mile point 0.6 for replacement of a drainage pipe, and this location is just east of the KY 599 intersection. Work will begin around 7:30 a.m. in the morning and should be completed by 3:30 p.m. During this time, the road will be closed to all through traffic. No marked detour will be posted, but drivers can use Forest Service Road 23, KY 77, and KY 11, KY 15 through Menifee County as an alternate route. This involves traveling through the NADA tunnel, so vehicles exceeding height or width limitations for the tunnel will have to find another route. Motorists should plan their trips accordingly, and according to KYTC, fewer than 200 vehicles use this portion of KY 613 each day. Well, Governor Andy Beshear has ordered flags at all state buildings to be lowered to half-staff from sunrise to sunset tomorrow, June 2nd, in honor of a Kentucky sailor who was killed in the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, but whose remains were only identified in September of last year. Navy gunner's mate 3rd Class Shelby Treadway, age 25, of Manchester, Kentucky, died in the attack on December 7th, 1941. Gunner's mate Treadway will be buried in the at the Punch Bowl on June 2nd. All individuals, businesses, organizations, and government agencies are encouraged to join in this tribute of lowering the flag to honor gunner's mate Treadway. The city of Lexington is ramping up efforts to encourage Lexingtonians to get their COVID-19 vaccination with a new city-run door-knocking operation. As the vaccination rates across the state begin to decrease, the vaccine campaign is focusing on underserved communities in its first weeks. The city of Lexington is also looking for volunteers to help knock on doors during the month of July. It's now time for our second commercial break, folks. How about this? Only one county in the green for that current incidence rate. We'll tell you what county that is when we come back on our newscast here live on WBONtv Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Back here on our newscast, folks, brought to you by Holland Sons Auto Care, Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue here in Richmond, and Batteries Unlimited. As we look at the statewide COVID map, good news today. Only one county is in the red for that current incidence rate. That county is Webster County at 38.6. There are 6 counties in the green. Those counties include Crittenden, Carlisle, Clinton County, Knott, Pendleton County, and Trimble County. Here in Madison, we are down to 5.1 in that yellow category for the current incidence rate. And the new cases from yesterday were 3. There were 1 case on Sunday, 3 on Saturday, and 2 on Friday. So 6 total new cases from over the weekend. And the other counties surrounding us here that are also getting that current incidence rate, we see Estill County at 11.1. They are up slightly from 7.1 on Friday. Jackson County at 3.2. They have stayed the same. They have stayed the same since Friday. Rockcastle County still in the orange at 15.4. Garrett County at 9.7. Jessamine 5.3. Fayette County at 6.1. And Clark County at 9.8. All 4 of those counties in the yellow as well. And again, good news to see that only 1 county in the red. And the overall current incidence rate at 6.21 on Friday has dropped down to 5.91 today. So good news there as well. As we look at the COVID-19 report from here in Kentucky, people vaccinated in Kentucky that have received at least 1 dose, there are now 2,038 people, 886 that have received at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. There are now a total of 383 new cases in the state today, and the positivity rate at 2.49%. The top 5 counties that have received the vaccination, this is by the vaccination rate. Woodford County still at the top of that list at 61%. Franklin County coming in at 2nd at 60%. Fayette County 3rd, followed by Scott County and Boone County. The bottom 5 counties for the vaccination rate include Christian County at 19% down there at the bottom, then Spencer County, Ballard, McCreary County, and Lewis County at 22%. If you or someone you know wants to get the vaccine, make sure to check out the White House Clinic. They're still giving testing and giving the vaccines as well. You can call 1-855-WHAPPTS to settle your appointment for the White House Clinic here in Madison County, also several locations in other surrounding counties as well. That'll do it for us, folks. Have a great rest of your week. Rena Morton will finish out the week for you. I'm Michael Watkins here on the WBON TV Channel 9 newscast on WBON TV Channel 9.